On a warm Thursday afternoon, June 25, 2009, the world received a shock that would reverberate through the hearts of millions. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, was pronounced dead at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center in Los Angeles. The news sent ripples of disbelief and grief around the globe, as fans struggled to come to terms with the loss of a cultural icon. This video delves into the events leading up to that fateful day, exploring the final moments of Michael Jackson's life, the chaotic scene at the hospital, and the immediate aftermath that followed. Michael Jackson was more than just a musician. He was a phenomenon. His influence on music, dance, and pop culture was unparalleled. From his early days with the Jackson 5 to his solo career, which included groundbreaking albums like Thriller, Jackson had captivated audiences worldwide. Despite his immense success, his life was not without controversy. Legal battles, allegations, and media scrutiny had taken a toll on his mental and physical health. However, in 2009, Jackson was preparing for a comeback tour, This Is It, which was set to begin in just 13 days. The tour promised to be a spectacular return to the stage, with 50 sold-out shows at London's O2 Arena. The anticipation was palpable, and fans were eagerly awaiting the performances. On June 25, 2009, Michael Jackson's personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray, was at the singer's rented mansion in Holmby Hills, Los Angeles. The mansion, a sprawling estate that cost $100,000 per month to rent, was the temporary home of the world's biggest pop star. Jackson was in the midst of intense rehearsals for the upcoming tour, and the pressure was immense. The night before, Jackson had been working late, and his sleep had been troubled. Dr. Murray, aware of Jackson's insomnia, had administered a series of sedatives to help him rest. However, when Murray returned to Jackson's room the following morning, he found the singer unresponsive. At 12:21 p.m. Pacific Standard Time (PST), a 911 call was made from the mansion. Alberto Alvarez, a member of Jackson's staff, was in a state of panic. The 911 operator, trying to gather information, asked for the address and the nature of the emergency. Alvarez, barely audible, provided the details, stating that a 50-year-old man was unconscious and not breathing. The operator dispatched an ambulance from Fire Station 71 in Bel Air, and the paramedics arrived at the scene just minutes later. When the paramedics entered Jackson's bedroom, they found the king of pop lying motionless on the bed. Dr. Murray, who was present, claimed that Jackson had just gone into cardiac arrest. However, the paramedics were skeptical. The singer's body was pale and underweight, and it was clear that he had been in distress for some time. Despite their doubts, the paramedics began CPR and administered medications in an attempt to revive Jackson. The efforts were coordinated with UCLA Medical Center, and the paramedics were in constant communication with the hospital's doctors. After 31 minutes of relentless work, it became evident that the situation was dire. Dr. Richelle Cooper at UCLA, who was guiding the paramedics over the phone, advised that all attempts were futile. The paramedics were ready to pronounce Jackson dead, but Dr. Murray intervened. He insisted that he had felt a faint pulse in Jackson's neck, and demanded that the singer be transported to UCLA for further care. The paramedics, now under the authority of Dr. Murray, agreed to continue the effort and placed Jackson on a gurney. As the ambulance made its way to UCLA, a growing crowd of onlookers, media, and fans began to gather. The news of Michael Jackson's emergency had spread quickly, and the streets were filled with people trying to catch a glimpse of the ambulance. The vehicle arrived at UCLA at 13:14 PST, and Jackson was immediately taken to the emergency room. Dr. Murray, who had accompanied the singer, faced a team of medical professionals ready to take over the resuscitation efforts. Dr. Cooper, who had advised the paramedics to stop the procedure, now found herself in a different position. She asked Dr. Murray about the events leading up to the emergency and the medications Jackson had been given. Murray's account was vague and inconsistent, but he insisted that Jackson had been working long hours, was dehydrated, and had trouble sleeping. He mentioned administering lorazepam, a sedative, and other medications, but was unable to provide a clear timeline of events. The medical team at UCLA resumed CPR and administered additional medications. For a brief moment, there was a glimmer of hope when a weak pulse was detected, but it quickly faded. The team made a last-ditch effort by inserting an intra-aortic balloon pump, a procedure typically used for drug-induced cardiovascular failure. Despite the best efforts of the medical staff, Michael Jackson was pronounced dead at 14:26 PST. As the news of Jackson's death spread, the world was plunged into mourning. Fans, friends, and colleagues expressed their shock and grief. Jackson's mother, Catherine, and his 3 children, Prince, Paris, and Blanket, were at the hospital, witnessing the tragic events unfold. Outside UCLA, a makeshift memorial began to form, with fans leaving flowers, candles, and personal tributes. The immediate aftermath of Jackson's death was marked by confusion and speculation. The media, which had long been a part of Jackson's life, now turned its attention to the circumstances surrounding his passing. Dr. Murray, who was under increasing scrutiny, was later charged with involuntary manslaughter. The trial, which began in 2011, shed light on the doctor's role in Jackson's death and the administration of the powerful sedative propofol, which was not intended for use outside of a hospital setting. The loss of Michael Jackson left a void in the music industry and in the hearts of his fans. His legacy, however, continues to inspire new generations of artists and music lovers. The This Is It tour, which never came to fruition, was posthumously released as a documentary, offering a glimpse into Jackson's final days and the incredible talent that made him a legend. In the end, Michael Jackson's life was a complex tapestry of triumph and tragedy. His music and artistry will forever be remembered, and his influence on pop culture will endure. As the world said goodbye to the king of pop, the words of J.M. Barrie from Peter Pan ring true. Never say goodbye because good. Bye means going away, and going away means forgetting. Michael Jackson may be gone, but his legacy will never be forgotten. The world lost a visionary that day, but his music and spirit continue to live on.